welcome in. This is gonna be a great day. Now, I'm gonna say some stuff today that is not controversial, but it's gonna get you guys thinking. I want you guys to think for a second. What's so special about the NBA All-Star Game? Why do I talk about it? Oh, because, Brandon, you're a sports show. You have to cover everything sports, from Kent to local to national. You need to hit on all topics. I mean, every other sports show does here. And you're right. Yes, most of them do. Now, I don't get to tune in to every sports show here because of my schedule, but the ones I do tune into regularly, yes, they have started off every show this week talking about the NBA All-Star Game. I'm telling you right now, I'm not talking about it at all. But Brandon, why? It was such a great spectacle. I didn't watch it, first of all. I tweeted West Saturday night. I said, I'm not watching NBA All-Star Weekend at all. As a matter of fact, Quinn Griffin, who I know is probably listening to the show right now, he won an Amazon gift card. He guessed that I wasn't going to watch the NBA All-Star Weekend at all. And like I told you guys last week, why should I watch it in a league where I already know the champion is? Well, Brandon, we know that in the NFL with the Patriots too. No, we don't. The Patriots can be defeated in the playoffs. The Eagles did it in the Super Bowl last year. Super Bowl 50, they got beaten in the AFC Championship game. People, don't forget, New England from 2005 to 2014 didn't win the Super Bowl. People forget that. See, because New England's dynasty has two parts. There's the 01, the 03 and 04 championship, and then there's the 2014, what would that be, 2014, 2016, 2018 championship, because technically this is the 2018 season. They won it in, what would that be, 36, 38, 39, 49, so that's a 10-year gap, 51 and 53. Guys, the NFL doesn't have parity. The MLB doesn't have parity. The NHL doesn't have parity. The NBA has parity. Okay? Now, I wrote an article last week for BronxShowRadio.com. People thought I was out of my mind for this. I said, a fantasy draft is the only way to fix the NBA. And I explained, basically, and I'm going to talk about this later, I'm going to predict right now where Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, and Jimmy Butler are going to go. But wherever they go, it doesn't matter. Because if Durant and Kyrie team up in New York, the Knicks are going to become the new Cavs of the East. Toronto, even with Kawhi, cannot beat Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. They're just two very special players. I mean, Kevin Durant's almost on the same level as LeBron. Some people think he's better than LeBron. I agree he's a better shooter, not a better overall player. But it's just the fact the Knicks would run the East. Then you look at the West. It's down to two teams. Because I think Houston has regressed. I don't think their bench is that good. I don't think their style of play is very good. Let's run down, shoot a three, and play no defense. That's the Houston Rockets. It worked last year because Golden State was coasting. But let's say Golden State doesn't have KD. Let's say they keep Klay, just for this example. Okay? They keep Klay. What if the Lakers get AD? Okay, it's down to the Warriors and Lakers. Maybe OKC, even though I made the argument last week that Westbrook and Paul George choke way too much. Actually, it was a couple weeks ago when Dante came on here. So, there's too much parity. It'd be the Knicks versus whoever made it out of the West. It would be like, the 2010 days where it was the Heat versus whoever it was in the West. Now it's been Cavs Warriors for 4 straight finals, but there's too much parity. And, I'm the guy that, to quote a cliche, I don't like to beat around the bush. I don't like to go, well, if this happens and this happens. No, I like to tell it like it is. Sports is all about opinions. I follow a very good beat reporter for the Philadelphia Eagles. His name is Elliot Shore-Parks. You know what Elliot Shore-Parks says? A bad take is better than no take at all. Well, I can't figure out your take if you go, well, I think this could happen, and well, this could happen if this fall. No, you're wasting my time. Okay, I want to hear flat out your opinion, because we all have opinions. I have strong opinions. You have strong opinions. I want to hear them. Don't beat around the bush, guys. Say it, and that's what will make you successful in life. If you don't like a boss, and you have controversy with your boss at work, it's not going to be a fun working relationship. Go to your boss and say, hey, I don't think this is working out. How can we fix this? You don't say, well, if we fix it this way, and, if we do some of this, then it'll work. No, we're going to fix this right now, and that's the end of the story. Otherwise, I'm leaving. That's just the way life should work. And I don't mean to be a preacher here, guys. I told you guys the first segment today was going to be story time, and I'm getting to that about right now, because I'm kind of transitioning it into what I'm going to talk about here. So when Dante Centofonte, the co-host of Victory Formation with Dylan Bowers and Quinn Griffin, Mondays 4 to 6 here on BuckshowRadio.com. A couple weeks ago, after the show, when he kind of mentioned this a little bit, Monday on the show, he said, a Twitter follower once told him, something pretty bad that should never be said on the air. It should never be said to anybody. Okay? No, it's not swearing or anything. It's just something that you don't call somebody a certain name, or you don't say this very hurtful phrase to this person. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? Shaq, when he called last week and we debated the AF, at first, he literally tweeted me and told me that my take was wrong. Okay, now some people do like to cause controversy on Twitter. Some people do like to stir up, just have fun trolling and all that. I used to do that. I used to be a troll. I used to have fun. I used to tweet at athletes. And then, about a year ago, I deleted my old accounts and stuff. And, now I'm not about that. I think the problem is, you look at guys like Josh Allen and Laremy Tunsil back in the day, when they tweeted that stuff going into the NFL draft, when all that stuff came up. We're all young. We all say stuff because we think it's not going to bite us in the butt, and then it does. So, Twitter trolling's ridiculous. That's why you guys don't see me tweet anything but positive tweets, mostly. Or tweets indirectly to people like, we need change. But not like tweeting at them like you're an idiot. I'm not watching the show until this thing. No. I'm not about that anymore. To me, social media has ruined society. I love Facebook. I love Instagram. I love Twitter. But at the end of the day, I told you guys this at the end of the show last semester. When the Cavs were in the playoffs for the last 4 years, I went on a social media hiatus during the postseason, like LeBron does, Zero Dark 30 mode activate. The reason for that is because during the postseason, you're so focused, there's so much media, there's so much pressure. You don't need to be on social media. Some people can't go 5 minutes without being on Twitter. Some people can't go 5 hours. Some people can't go 24 hours. I can go 65 days at the most, and I can go longer. Now, yes, are there days that I wish I was on it? Sure, probably, because there's probably some breaking news story or whatever. But I found it a different way. I found it by Googling stuff. I found it by actually watching the news. Yes, I still watch the news, and you should too, because there's stuff on the news that you cannot get from Twitter, like the weather. Oh, I can Google the weather, but I don't know how much snow there's going to be. I don't know exactly at this certain moment when the snow is going to come. Oh, my app will tell me that. That app is not as accurate, in my opinion, as some of the weathermen, especially here in Cleveland. I think we have some of the best weathermen in Cleveland. So I just think there's this narrative in society, people. We are living in a narrative that we have to do this. That social media is all about trends, and we have to do the trendy thing. Everything is lit. What has this society come to? Back in the mid-2000s, The NBA was physical. We had something called a center. A 7-foot center who could take the ball, put it in the basket, and play defense. We had something where the referees would actually call the game straight down the middle. In the NFL, we had hits where if you hit somebody below the knee, it was legal. And where if you hit somebody in the stomach really hard, it was legal. Now, I get the illegal hit to defensive receiver. I think that should have been illegal all along because that's just dangerous and life-threatening. But these shots to the knee, again, I don't think they're that bad sometimes. We didn't have too much roughing the passer. It was still physical. Obviously, it wasn't as physical as the 90s because of the health concerns, but it was still physical. Nowadays in society, people don't get tough love, right? We're not supposed to hurt our children by even hitting them, let alone spanking. We're not even supposed to give them a slap on the wrist anymore. Folks, you know how I learned in life? Discipline. My parents taught me very well. Stay organized, be a leader, not a follower, stay out of trouble. 3 basic rules. And I take that to this day because I believe I grew up in a very great society. I believe I grew up in a very great country. And I believe my values are different than everybody else's values, but we should all share something for the love of sports. Right? If I'm talking to my sports fans right now, we all love sports. You may love football, you may hate it. But if you love football or if you love basketball, don't you miss the 2000s? Don't you miss, like, back in the day when guys could get fouled and they actually get up? Now, I'm not talking again about the fights and stuff. I'm just talking about actually playing the game and not crying on social media. That's my biggest complaint about Kevin Durant. He literally DM'd somebody who tweeted at him and told him to go clean his room. There's no need to do that. Why are you doing that? It doesn't help you. I'm sorry. These athletes need to learn how to stay off social media. Now, maybe I'm biased because, as you guys know, I'm an Eagles fan, but I think the Eagles are one of the best teams in all of sports at doing social media. Do you ever hear us have a social media controversy? No. What are the Browns always in the news for? A controversy. They got rid of Josh Gordon. They signed Kareem Hunt. Controversy. Are the Eagles ever in the news? No. Our NFL players, like Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed and all this stuff, are they in the news because people keep tweeting about them? Absolutely, because they started a movement, yes. But why are we still talking about Kaepernick? He just got a settlement with the NFL, whatever. It's a big story. No, it's not, because he's not in the league. Why are we making big stories out of stuff, people? And again, I'm part of the media. But I think everybody has this backwards. Everybody has this idea in 2019 that everything is a story. You know when it's a story? When Kaepernick gets signed by somebody. Or when Eric Reed got signed with the Panthers last year, that's a story. Or how about when the NBA All-Star Game had record low viewership? That's a story, not the game. Because the game doesn't matter. I'm trying to teach you guys something, okay? And again, I don't mean to be a preacher. I don't mean to come off as this guy that's always right. Because I'm not right. That's the best thing about sports. What I'm trying to do is tell you guys, look. In my opinion, and this is why you guys listen to this show, because you value my opinion. Again, if you don't like anything I say, but you're still tuning in, that's my job. Oh, well, Brennan, you have to say stuff people like. You don't want to offend anybody. No, I do want to offend you. Because I get views. And I'm sorry, but in this business, the more you get recognized for being good at your job, not being good at your takes, for being good at your job, that's how you make it in this business. Stop overcomplicating everything, people. Again, I battled sports depression. After the 2018 finals, I snapped. I was not happy. For 7 years, I ran a YouTube channel called F95F23 from 2011 to 2018. I was known for my rants on saying the NBA is rigged and Hugh Jackson, as you guys know on this show. Now, I was not happy with YouTube, so I deleted it, man. Like, my rants were just not, I didn't want to rant anymore. I want to change. I've realized I've had anger in my life, but I want to change. And this is not anger inside of me right now. I'm telling you guys this because no matter what it is, no matter if it's Twitter trolls, no matter if it's bad takes, why are we arguing with people? Why are we arguing with people about politics, sports, religion? It's our own beliefs, people. It's our own beliefs, and we need to accept everybody in society who they are. Hey guys, this is Brandon Lewis from Brandon's World here. Make sure you leave a like and comment right down below. And make sure you check out the show every Saturday from 10 to noon on BuckStowRadio.com, the TuneIn app, or right here on the YouTube channel. Thanks, and you guys already know. See ya! It's out of here. It's Brandon's World.